YouTube, it's Zoe, or Read by Zoe, and today I'm going to share with you all the books that I'm going to be bringing abroad. If you don't know, which you probably do because I've done an entire video on it, I'm going to be studying abroad in London, England for the upcoming school year. So from August to April, I'm going to be in London, England, and I'm so excited, but obviously I need to bring some books with me because I don't know how I would function if I didn't have books with me. I chose 11 books to bring with me abroad, which doesn't sound like much, but I have to pack them in my suitcase to bring over, and I need to make sure that everything fits. And also I am positive that I'm going to buy a lot of books when I'm abroad, and let me share them with you. The first book that I'm going to bring is The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. I'm currently reading this, but I am positive that I'm not going to finish it by Wednesday, which is actually the day that I am uploading this video and the day that I leave for the UK, so it all goes together. But I want to bring it on the plane and maybe finish it. This is about a circus, obviously, and it only opens at night. Obviously. It's also set in the late 1800s, which is such an interesting time period. It's one of my favorite time periods to read about. It focuses on two magicians, Celia and Marco, and they're forced to duel one another because of a competition, a bet. So there's magic, there's mystery, there's the late 1800s, and there's romance. The next book that I want to bring is The Indigo Spell by Rochelle Mead. This is the third book in the Bloodline series. I love this series so much so far. I gave the first two books 5 stars. I love the main characters, Sydney Sage. I love Adrian. I love all of the characters. I love her writing style and the worlds that she creates. The third book that I want to bring is Just One Year by Gail Forman. This is the sequel to Just One Day, which I actually finished this month and I loved. There were a lot of unanswered questions though, and I'm thinking that this will answer a lot of them. I loved the first book, like I said. There's a lot of travel in it, which is perfect because I read the first one when I was traveling to California, and I want to read this when I am traveling to England. So I'm just in like the perfect place. Also, as you can probably tell, I'm trying to bring a lot of paperbacks because they weigh less, and also I just like reading paperbacks more. I'm not that much of a fan of hardcovers. I love the feel of paperbacks and just to flip through the pages, so that's why almost all of these are paperbacks. Then I'm going to bring Carrie by Stephen King. This is the first Stephen King book that I've purchased and that I am planning on reading. It's very short and the font is huge, so I'm sure that I can read this pretty quickly. I haven't watched either versions of the movie and I do not know much about the plot, just that it's about this main character named Carrie, and I think she's telekinetic. She gets bullied a lot in school and I think she seeks her revenge, and at some point she's covered in blood. I don't know, but I'm so excited. I really want to read more adult books and more horror books because I like horror. I'm just a weenie, so it scares me a lot and I get nightmares, but that's half the fun. Book number 5 is Maybe Someday by Colleen Hoover. This is a new adult book, which I don't think I've ever read any books from that genre, so this will be my first. It's about this main character named Sydney whose boyfriend cheats on her with her best friend, which is just a double whammy and sounds terrible. Soon after that though, she catches the eye of this guitar player named Ridge and things happen, probably sex, because this is a new adult book. Then I'm going to bring The Son of Neptune by Rick Riordan. I have been trying to finish this book for so long, like 3 months. I just never pick it up. It's really good, but I always like forget I'm reading it or something like that, and I just never pick it up, so I haven't finished it yet. I've also forgotten what I've read so far, so I'm sure I'm going to have to reread those pages. This is the second book in the Heroes of Olympus series, which is a spin-off of the Percy Jackson and the Olympian series. I really enjoyed this book, just haven't finished it, and I'm going to. That's why this is one of the only 11 books that I'm bringing abroad, because maybe that will force me to actually finish it. The next 2 books that I'm going to bring are the next 2 books in the Shopaholic series by Sophie Kinsella. This is the 6th and the 7th book, Mini Shopaholic and Shopaholic to the Stars. I really want to bring these 2 books because I'm going to be taking 4 English classes this upcoming semester, so that means a lot of required reading, but I'm sure that I'm going to get in a lot of reading slumps because of that reading, so I wanted to bring 2 light contemporary reads that I can just fly through and it can get me back into the reading game. These are also really funny and they're set in England. Actually, I think this one's set in Hollywood, but the main character is English. Book number 9 is Dark Places by Gillian Flynn, not Gillian Flynn like I have been saying forever, so sorry about that, Gillian, I know your name now. She is the author of Gone Girl, one of my favorite books, and I wanted to try out one of her other books. This focuses on a main character named Libby Day, whose 2 sisters and mother were all killed in something called the Satan Sacrifice of Kanaki, Kansas. 25 years later, the secret society called the Kill Club are trying to reinvestigate the murder and come to Libby asking her about all of these things, and she goes back to the scene of the crime to find out who the real killer is. Oh, like I said with Carrie, I really want to read more adult books and more horror/dark books. This sounds like it will be very dark, just like Gone Girl. Next I'm going to bring P.S. I Still Love You by Jenny Han. This is the only hardcover book that I am bringing, and this is the sequel to All the Boys I've Loved Before, which I really enjoyed, and this book just came out and a lot of people have been saying very positive things about it. This is another feel-good contemporary romance book, just like the Shopaholic books, and hopefully this will keep me out of a reading slump during my required reading times. Also, the first book ended on a cliffhanger, so I really want to know what's going to go down in this book. The last book that I'm going to be bringing is Forbidden by Tabitha Suzuma. This is about a brother and sister who both have a very alcoholic mother who doesn't do anything, doesn't take care of all of her kids, and they have to rise up to the occasion and be a mother and father to their other siblings. And during this process, during this time, they fall in love with each other and they know it is forbidden, but they don't know what to do about their love. I've also heard incredible things about this book from all of you, so I am ready to read it. This sounds so different from anything else that I previously read, and I love reading books about controversial topics because it really makes you evaluate what you believe about the subject, and it changes your perspective on it. It might not change your opinion, but it definitely makes you think. So these are the 11 books that I'm going to be bringing abroad, and basically what I'm going to have for my TBR for the next couple of weeks until I hit a bookshop and I just buy all of the beautiful UK editions of books. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I also hope you have a great day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye!